What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, back again on EDO Pro. It's been a while, but wanted to get back in the lab, revisiting. Man, there's like a really old deck I have not played like in forever. So that is Numeron Sky Striker. The last build I had of it, I had a Wind Witch engine, like a really small one, but I took that out and I kind of reinvented the deck. Just Numeron, just Sky Striker. Like in theory, this deck just shouldn't like work. But there is actually some pretty cool stuff you can do. First of all, Lava Golem, insane. You're gonna see it in so many of these replays. It's like the best card in like this format, in this deck at least. So okay, I can't normal summon unfortunately, but I did find another way to get to Ray, which was pretty cool. He had searched this off of Sangan, but I'm about to like trade so much with just like a few like Sky Striker cards. Like to stop me from like doing anything, he wasted 2 cards, and then this is just still on the board for next turn, and I have a Ray in hand too. So like I'm just like way ahead at this point, and that's kind of what Sky Striker is all about, anyways. Don't need to tag out into anything because the extra deck space is like very tight because of the Numeron cards. So I did not go. I don't have like the Kaina or anything like that. I just don't have the room because I also have like the Celine package just like tucked right there in the extra deck. That's kind of my last push if I need it to, which is also just good with Sky Strikers anyways. But like yeah, this is like a Numeron deck, but this is just wild. Like multi-roll is so insane. I was able to pop my field spell. I think I played it over the field spell and then I popped it just so I can get the like 3 spells engraved because this is about to go. This multi-roll is about to go wild. Because I searched at the end phase, set 4. Whew. Only like 1 real interruption, but like I'm just so far ahead in card advantage now. And also this is the great part about the Numeron stuff. So like the only thing with Numeron Network is you just don't have to control any monsters. So that's like really easy to get that condition off. So I've set myself up for like really good for control, but then I'm going to just tribute this Shizuku, activate like Numeron Wall, or like just get Numeron Network somehow, and I can just activate it and then go for game. Like that's the idea behind the deck at least. Everyone's playing Tier Element, of course, because I think these cards are coming out or they just came out. Lava Golem again is about to be wild. This is actually like a really good out to Winda, which is usually what your opponent is trying to do. But this is the Despia build. I honestly don't think this is going to be like the premier version of the way the deck is played. I think it's just a lot better with like the Shaddolls and stuff. And like he may have it in this too, but yeah, that's probably just trying to squeeze a little too much. Maybe. Don't know. Okay, so Harpy's Feather Duster, and then I'm just going to tribute off whatever's important, and Numeron Wall. Okay, that's just game. You don't have to think hard, with this deck, which is great. And this is what I'm not playing. Like, it just feels better than like this than playing like Mystic Mine, which I could have obviously just activated. But yeah, why not do something cooler? Numeron Network. Okay, we'll just go through like all of them. There's a couple of cool ones against Scareclaw that I had. This is also Tier Element, but he did not draw any of the Tier Element cards. This feels like there's a lot of bricks. Like I feel like I can envision seeing some like really bad hands. It's Sky Striker, so I think there's like 12 hand traps in this deck. Plus you have Shark Cannon, and Shark Cannon is just wild. It's just a really good card. He did banish this Ray. That's fine. I will search with Shizuku and Afterburners. You don't always want to search and engage because like what is it doing? I mean, I guess it gets in rotation, but this doesn't like immediately does more stuff, and it's very easy to get access to Ray. But okay, I can go ahead and pop the Masquerade and like banish it so it doesn't come back. Numeron Network, throw in the Numeron Calling. I knew he was going to negate a monster, and I was low on life points, so I couldn't attack into it. So then I just go into like the towers of the deck, and I don't know like what the out like for this is in Despia. It's got to be Super Poly, but I think I looked through his deck and he does not have it. So basically, there's nothing he can do about this giant monster on the board. I think he had Forbidden Droplets, so that definitely would have been maybe an out. It would go to 2,000 attack, and yeah, there's like definitely fusion monsters, but I have all these hand traps too. So wouldn't even have been able to get over this, I don't think, in the perfect situation where he draws Forbidden Droplets. But if he activates Fallen of Albaz, there's just nothing's going to happen. I don't even have to waste like an effect failure on it. More tier elements. This is like with the OCG cards, because I don't think these are coming out yet. I think that's going to be a little bit later. This is going on in the OCG. Basically, these cards just mill like 5, which of course is just really good for tier elements. Or you're trying to mill the entire deck. Okay, Numeron Network, and then I can see what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and go into the battle phase. Sometimes this is enough for a game, but he had 2 orange light. Which, okay, I mean, yeah, he got to send 5, so that's pretty good. And he's going to go for the Cheeto? Cheeto? I don't know the names of these cards. I don't know if they're super official yet either, though. We'll have to see. But, okay, I can get over the Sentry. And then this is just like a condition. So you can't, like, negate the effects of this. It's kind of like Eldritch. It's kind of the best way to describe it. And then, yeah, I go back and forth, but when you see it like this, it just looks crazy, because then you could activate Numeron Network again, which is always pretty decent. But you can put all of your Sky Striker engine back, so it kind of like equals out, you know, when it comes to like using your entire Ray engine through like 2 turns. And then you just get like a pot of greed out of it, and then you can just keep going forever, and you have endless fuel with the Sky Striker engine. But that was obviously pretty decent. This is against Psyframes. When will I ever have another opportunity? Who would ever play this deck? But this, I actually kind of like playing Psyframes, because it's not that it's like difficult, but you do have to really think about, you know, your moves, which I think is pretty neat. This card is wild. Wild good. If there's ever a Psyframe that triggers off banishment, it's just like you just discard and you banish a card like face down. It's like the worst thing. It's like the best form of removal. It does target, but I don't know, not every card in the game has targeting protection. This would be really good against like the Adventure Engine too. Alright, set rotation. And I can go ahead and give him Numeron Network. So tons of ways, right? Terraforming can search either Area 0 or the Numeron Network. And, you know, set rotation, kind of the same thing. Because I think, yeah, I've already used both my Numeron Callings. I cannot use it. Which is, yeah, that is what it is. But lots of hand traps here, like effect failure. Like these cards aren't doing anything, so I might as well just keep trying to find like a Ray, start digging, and see if I can get something. I'm not activating monster effects, at least to the best of my abilities. Okay, yeah, he had the Gamma in his hand. That's pretty cool, because I had set the field spell, tried to destroy all the spells and traps to get rid of this, because it's a real pain. But yeah, he had the spell negate and Gamma in hand. Goes for Berserker. I think this is where, yeah, this is just pretty cool. I'm going to be able to attack over the Omega. Probably negate the effects. Okay, I guess I just let that go through. And then I can go through, you know, the access code line. I figured he doesn't have any more interruption. He just went through the main 2 of them. And this is not going to be game, but I'm going to have, you know, engage, and I get an extra draw there. I go into a Widow Anchor. Starting to feel pretty good. It's like, not that this is completely affected by everything. At least I have a little bit of interruption, you know, going up against him. And his life points are so low now that if I can just get to a Ray, then I can probably just poke over the course of like 2, you know, turns. I'm going to grab his Berserker, because I can just use its effect to banish. I can't attack with it, which is fine. He did destroy Area 0, so I can go ahead and bring out Ray. I just found access to it. He steals my access code to destroy his own Berserker of the Tenyi. That feels good. Like when your opponent has to spend resources on their own card, but he's going to get over this, and I can bring Ray back. I have Upstart. I have Ray. But I'm probably not going to use Upstart Goblin. I just kind of use this as an engage, like, kind of thing, to get one more spell, like, as easy as humanly possible. And, like, no one would, you know, think of negating this. So it's really just a free card in your deck. But he's like really close on life points. Like I kind of don't want to activate it. But okay, Kagari. I can add back engage. Just keep going, drawing cards. I'm going to be able to set a bunch of these. Shark Cannon, I can bring back the Omega. And yeah, I don't know. When I look back at this, because I was going to be like, oh, I can just banish from my hand. I'm like, oh, he probably just has Gamma. So isn't that just really unfortunate? And he had a lightning storm as well. But I'm getting so close where it's coming to the it's got to get close where he doesn't have the one that negates attacks if he still does. Like, that's the only card. Like, everything else is reactionary. Like, I have to do something. He just has that one defense one. So I'm like, okay, let me just go to the battle phase. And that was it. Pretty nice. And then this is... The first Scareclaw is literally just Lava Golem. And I had Numeron Network. This one's a little more spicy. But I think I also have Lava Golem. But a pretty good opening. So this is going to help me clear up a lot of the board. You know, going second. And Engage as well. Like, it seems like I should be able to easily activate Engage for the +1. But... not immediately seeing the line. A lot depends on how I draw, but it does have the Omni Negate there. And these cards are really good against like the Scythe lock. It's really important. So like these two cards specifically like save you because you can just activate Widow Anchor, you know, during, or if they go for the Scythe, you can just probably wait for them for it to hit the graveyard, Shark Cannon, and then Widow Anchor on the fleur if they have it. But, okay, Engage can just grab whatever. Chooses not to use the Fleur Negate. Makes sense because if it stays on the field. But I can go for Hornet Drones. And then I can go for Kagari. Add back Widow Anchor. And then I can take the Tri-Heart. I had activated Afterburners for this protection. But I needed the Spell Engrave. And, I mean, I think I'm cool because... I mean, this was a pretty nice play because I was taking that right, and that was a link 3, and then I had a link 1, so I can go into Access Code Talker, and then I swap through all of my Sky Strikers to pop his board. I should have left the Baron on the board because what I'm going to do to clear all my zones, this is pretty cool. I should have won this, and you know you can banish Access Code itself, and then I can go to Numeron Network. But this makes me lose 300 attack, and that's going to be like slightly off from lethal. Which really sucks. I should have thought about that a little bit more because I did such a cool play to get there. But he's going to see another play. I doubt that it's going to turn into anything. It kind of destroyed his whole field, but you never know. But he does have the Harpy's Feather Duster. I'm going to grab his Baron to Fleur, which he did not use. So I do get the Omni Negate, which is wild. So even though I did make a pretty nasty misplay, at least it ended with a cool play as well. But yeah, that is Numeron Sky Striker. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.